It's Wrestlemania weekend. But wrestling shows we'll be seeing this weekend. Maybe not. Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I am your host, Comic Book Bob. I'm joined as usual by my good friend Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby. Boom.
We are I completely screwed it up already. You can catch us here every Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do all the news in wrestling and some really interesting stuff, man. It's WrestleMania weekend, and nobody gives a shit. I shouldn't say that. That's not true. What's your shirt? What did it say?
Want to raise some hell?
Hell yeah. But before we get started into all that, take a look and see what we got going here. Leg Kick was first. He said, "Hail, come up, Bob and Hollywood Frank. What's up, Leg Kick?" I saw Leg Kick earlier on RT Bear's channel. Always fun to have Leg Kick around, man. One of these days, man, you have to come on the show and hang out with us, dude. Next up was Hicksville, and he said, "Sup? What's up?" And you know what we say to that?
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Thanks for being here, man. Fantasia said, "Hi, guys. What's up, Fantasia? Thanks for hanging out." Maldacito says, "Hey, Fantasia." But
Maldacito also said sup.
Yeah. Maldacito also said sup. We only play the video once, man.
I know.
I am told this weekend will be stupendous. Yes, the most stupendous show of all.
The best WrestleMania ever.
Dude, I'm going to be honest, man. Yesterday, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was some really bad stuff on Raw yesterday. But as far as a setup show, it wasn't bad. It's just so many of the friggin' matches and stuff. Then the setup for them has just been bad. I don't care. Nobody cares. So I should not say nobody cares. There's a lot of people that do care. I just don't. There's three matches I give a crap about. That's it.
Any updates on Alpha Academy? Because they were supposed to be at Raw last night. They weren't
Dude,
there.
Everything. It's weird. It sounds like, well, Ronda Rousey was supposed to be there too. And they screwed up and
lip thing or whatever. Mouth.
Well,
thing.
no, she was actually still supposed to be there. But she said they didn't send her a ticket, so she didn't go. So that sounds to me like there's a lot of discommunication, bad communication and whatnot, which may have been what happened to Alpha Academy. I hope that's what happened to Alpha Academy. I really hope that they're not hurt. I really hope that they're not sick or anything like that. So, but given that they had that kind of a screw up with Rousey and everything, then it's possible that they just screwed it up and they just weren't there. But it was a weird show, man. But before we get into that, we have our favorite segment that we like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. This week, I'm going first. Real quick before we go to the lick, no one really pushes a star in WE. There is really no excitement outside of like 2 or 3 people. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, it's
next Monday. He's coming.
Oh God. Yeah, the biggest event of the freaking like the last 6 months. Veer is coming. Which week is he coming to? He's coming to Raw, right?
Yeah, next Monday. The next Emelina is coming.
Next Emelina is. I hope not. Look, man, I get the feeling that it's gonna be 2 weeks and then done for him. I really hope that I'm wrong, but yeah, man, it's Veer. Veer is coming finally after God. Like it was literally like 6 or 7 months of buildup, man. There's no way they're gonna be able to meet that.
He'll go the way of Raw Underground.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like I said, I think Kairi Hojo versus Starlight Kid and Stardom was more exciting than WrestleMania. Dude, that was a good match. Like here's the thing. Stardom put on a really, really good show this weekend. Now in that match,
you're getting off topic.
Yeah. I just wanted to address it though. They put on a really good match. I hope that we get more crossover and stuff like that. We're getting a lot of New Japan crossover. But speaking of good and the bad and the ugly, my boy, Zack Sabre Jr. wins the New Japan Cup. My brain took a crap there for a second. In a really, really good match against Tetsuya Naito. But I'll tell you what, man, you want to see, dude, the two best matches in the New Japan Cup this year both involve Zack Sabre Jr. His match against Will Ospreay was freaking-tastic. And but his match against Shingo Takagi, holy crap, dude. It was, I mean, the finale he had against Tetsuya Naito was good, but it was not as good as that match against Shingo Takagi, man. Shingo Takagi, Zack Sabre Jr., two of the absolute best in the world right now. Guys, I say it all the time. It's less than $10 a month, and it's the best $10 you're going to see. If you're a wrestling fan, you want to see where the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega came from, Adam Cole and Adam Page, you want to see where they came from? Pick up New Japan World. You will not be sorry. But that was my good. The bad is just the build-up for WrestleMania, man. I mean, it's just, we're going to talk about, we're going to make predictions for the WrestleMania card. We're going to talk about the build-up and everything. And the comparison between the excitement for WrestleMania and the excitement for Ring of Honor's Supercard of Honor, man. That friggin' show is going to be, I'm buying that show. I might do live reactions to it this weekend. So stay tuned, guys. Now, I want a full Bollywood entrance. Yeah, dude, no, seriously. If they really wanted this guy to be a big deal, they need to go like Marvel level with this guy's entrance and the way they push him and everything. Because if he's got the tools, man, I mean, at least give him the same kind of treatment you gave Omos. I mean, my God. I mean, you've made that guy look like a friggin' murderer. So, but outside of Brock and Seth, that's going to be even though it's weird and I'm not the biggest fan of his new character. Seth Rollins versus Cody will be a great match. That'll be good. I want to see what happens there. I get the feeling they're going to try and pull some kind of swerve, and then Cody's going to come out. So I'm interested in that, and I'm interested in what happens with Kevin Owens and Stone Cold. That's not going to be a match. That's going to be a match. That's going to be a moment. Yeah. Outside of that, man, I mean, there's going to be some good matches on here, but the buildup has not made me give a shit. So that's my bad. And then the ugly, it's tied into wrestling because people are calling it, is it a shoot? Is it work? The slap heard around the world, man. Oof. Yeah. Will Smith slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. And I'm going to tell you something. I think Chris Rock handled that better than Will Smith did. So, but yeah, that was weird, man. And the people went crazy. Honestly, I don't really give a shit about what happened at the Oscars, but the stuff people are saying online and the craziness that is coming out of this is the reason why I don't do a lot of social media, guys.
Hey. Charlie Murphy, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap. I gotta find that clip somewhere, man. But yeah, that was crazy, man. That was just like, oh my God. When I saw that, I was just like,
oh hell no.
That was like it's just, And then freaking it's just the craziness coming out. I was like, listen, guys, just chill out. Everybody just chill the hell out, man. You know, it's like
Everybody love everybody. Come on.
it's just, but God, man. Chris Rock had his fist doubled up. He was going to deck. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. There was nothing to be won in that. So if he had actually fought back, it would have been much worse. He did come off looking like a dumbass. I know there's people that, and here's the thing, they're trying to defend him, saying, you know, his wife has a medical condition. It's like, look, if you listen to that joke, he laughed at that joke at first. It was a tame joke. So, and you know, and I guarantee you, if he had gone to Will Smith to Chris Rock after and said, "Hey, man, you know that my wife was really hurt by that. I appreciate if you apologize." Guarantee you, Chris Rock would have done it, no problem, man. So that was just really stupid. But like that, I don't honestly, I don't give a shit. It's the craziness on the friggin' internet that came after. But honestly, the good Cleveland's greatest export, the Miz, showing everyone how it's done. The bad, the Wrestlemania having to follow him. Bob's room after this weekend New Japan show. I don't like him twice. But all right, that's my good, bad, and ugly. Frank, what do you got, man?
All right, my good. Tony Storm is a free agent and is expected to sign with AEW soon. Reported today.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in what happens with that because, dude, she's making a lot of money with OnlyFans right now.
She is.
$10,000 in one day. There's a lot of lonely dudes out there.
Her coming to AEW, nice.
That would be huge. I'm gonna tell you something right now, though. I don't think she's gonna. Maybe she is. I get the feeling
she's a free agent as of today.
I know, and we got the big announcement coming tomorrow. We're gonna see the first round. We're gonna see who's the mystery, who's the Bunny's mystery opponent.
The Owen Hart tournament starts tomorrow.
Owen Hart tournament, and I'm gonna tell you what. I get the feeling we're gonna see Brett tomorrow.
I'm so excited to see that.
I am really excited for this tournament, dude.
Yeah. That's Boogie's girl there. Boogie's Storm.
We need Boogie. Yeah, that's what we got to get Boogie back on the show somehow, dude. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We got to get him back on because that was his girl, man. But
that's my good, man. I'm excited. Hopefully it happens. And like I said, Tony Khan got the big announcement tomorrow.
Yeah, and he said he made was it 2 major signings?
Yeah,
there are 2 major signings, dude. It could be both the people. I think it could be Tony Storm, and it could be Bret Hart, or it could be Athena, aka Ember Moon, who I think would be a huge pickup for them. Both. If I was him, you don't need any more guys anymore for your guys division. You are stacked in the men's division. You need some women.
Was it Anna Jay, I think, came out and said they need to have a women's tag team title?
I don't think they need a women's tag title right now. They don't have enough women, and they don't have enough. I don't like it when they make teams up. I want like legitimate teams. But
if you're bringing in people like Tony Storm and Ember Moon and somebody like a Tegan Knox, something like that, you're building it up. They have enough men on the roster right now that guys are getting lost in the shuffle. Bring in someone.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, like if you notice that they've kind of sort of done a little bit of a brand split with Dynamite and Rampage. You see guys that you see on Dynamite you see guys on a Rampage that you don't always see on Dynamite. So they've got a little bit. There's some crossover, but you're seeing and I like that idea. I wish they would extend Rampage to 2 hours. I feel like they need to do that. I also think they need to get it off of that freaking time slot.
Yeah, they just need to start pushing Ring of Honor and figure out what they're going to do with that.
Yeah.
Soon.
Well, I think this show is part of that. Bring back the women's tag medals. Yeah, that wasn't a bad idea. Like the women's tag tournament. I liked that. Yeah. But if you're going to I've always said this before. This is the thing that really bothers me with WWE. If you're going to have a tag division, you need to have legitimate tag teams. Like
don't
the
even
Iconics, like there was only a few of them that were actually a legit tag team. Like the Iconics was one of them.
Don't even get me started with WrestleMania's women's tag match.
I don't even want to talk about it. It pisses me off. And dude, like I've been like have you seen the post that Rhea Ripley's been putting out?
No.
Dude, she's freaking built like a tank. How the hell is she not like your champion?
She's rumored to win this weekend. She's rumored to be. She's the favorite, betting favorite to beat Charlotte Flair this weekend.
Oh, you're talking? No, you're talking about
Ronda Rousey is the betting favorite.
Right. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Ronda. I'm talking about Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Rhea Ripley. I don't know what to do with Ripley. Ripley, they're putting with who's she with now?
Liv Morgan? She's going for the tag titles.
Is she with Liv?
She's with Liv Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley should she had the title one time and that's it.
Her OnlyFans is PG-13. Her subs will die off quick if so. I don't think so. No. I don't think it's hardcore like some of them, but I don't think it's PG-13.
Yeah, but Rhea Ripley is wasted.
Yeah. But give tag belts like Rosa's belts so we can hear Bob lose his mind. You know what? After I look, I thought it looked ugly when I first looked at it and everything. After I looked into why they made the change to that type of belt, it's not the worst. I mean, and even when I said I didn't like it, it's not the worst belt I've ever seen. When I got a nice up close look to it, it's like, okay, it's not that bad. It's just too big. You know, they went from a belt that was too small to a belt that was too big. Because if you're going to go with that squared off belt like that, man, you need to be like, especially on a woman. I mean, you see that thing around her waist, dude. It almost came up to her middle. It came up to her chest. That thing's huge. But I know they said that the inspiration for that was they designed it after. I think they said the tag team, the women's belts from Lucha Underground.
Possibly.
So I'm not sure because I wasn't able to look it up. Oh no, I know. Like, yeah.
But that's why good is Tony Storm. My bad. It continues to be WrestleMania.
And it sucks, dude, because I WrestleMania is usually the one show of the year that they actually do a pretty good job at. And this year it's just been
this right here versus Kevin Owens, Reigns versus Lesnar.
Yep.
AJ versus Edge.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You know what though? The buildup for that's going to be, and let me put it this way, that's going to be a good match, but the buildup for it's just been freaking off.
And how they do Rhodes versus Rollins, that's it. I could care less about the women's tag match.
No, everybody does.
Any of the women's matches. Rousey versus Charlotte. Rousey's supposed to win. Bianca versus Lynch.
Bianca versus Lynch will be good. It's just we've already seen it, and it's just, and we're not getting the match that we wanted. We wanted Becky versus Ronda.
And don't even get me started on Knoxville versus what's his name, Sami Zayn.
The Hollywood stuff I don't care about.
And don't get me wrong, I haven't updated the card, but if I'm not mistaken, they have both world title matches. They have all 3 tag team title matches on the line, but they have no Intercontinental and no U.S. Championship matches on.
Nope. The Intercontinental title, the U.S. title, and the Andre the Giant Battle Royale are all on SmackDown the day before. It's like, it's literally, why would anybody care about these belts if you don't care about them? You don't make people care about them.
And my favorite Intercontinental, Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage, WrestleMania 3.
Mm-hmm.
The title, those secondary titles meant something.
Dude,
now it's just like
Scott Hall versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
The first ladder match of all time. The Intercontinental title used to be like, if you had that belt, you were the number 2 guy and you were next up. Now it's just like, you know, same thing with the U.S. title. U.S. title used to be important. Now it's just there.
It's to the level of the 24/7 title, to be honest with you.
I don't think it's that bad, but it's pretty bad.
It's bad. They're both bad.
Yeah. I mean, the 24/7 title is just a joke title at this point.
That's how I feel the Intercontinental and the U.S. title are getting.
They're
jokes.
Yeah, they need to put some respect back on those belts.
And
they need to have whoever's got that belt is the number 2 guy. So if somebody wants to challenge Reigns or Brock or whoever's going to be the champion, if Brock's going to be the champion, the way I would do it, they have to get that belt first. That's the way I would do it. That belt is your ticket.
Yeah, that was the best match of the night.
Oh, that match was freaking fun. Dude, that match even holds up today. Like you watch Hogan versus Andre. Like I remember that match when I was a kid and like just going crazy about it. But if you look at the quality, that match was not very good. I mean, it was monumental for what happened in it. And the show that, and the buildup and everything. But Steamboat versus Savage, man, that match set the standard for a long time.
And if you ever hear how much work went into that with Steamboat,
oh my God,
Savage with,
jeez, dude, Savage was like constantly like, all right, at this moment in the match, I'm doing this. What's up next? What's the next 3 steps? And it's just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and that's another thing. I feel like it's disrespectful to the guys who held both of those belts.
Yep.
Because people forget the U.S. title came from WCW/NWA. And there's a pedigree to that belt. And which is the reason why there's a pedigree to all of these belts, which is one of the things I feel like has been lost, especially since they took all the belts and made them look generic as hell. Like I just watched, like it just came up my feed again, where Bret Hart got a replica of the Winged Eagle belt, which I still contend is the best looking damn world title belt that's ever been made. And he talked about how like he called it a generic piece of crap. That's what both the men's titles and both the women's titles look like. They look like generic pieces of crap. The U.S. title looks like a gaudy piece of crap. The IC title looks like somebody tried to copy the former world title from New Japan and did a terrible job of it. The IC title looks like shit. It's bad. Like the IC title, even though at least it's unique from the others, that's the only thing I'll say about it. It just doesn't have any of the pedigree of the original IC belt.
Yeah, and my ugly is it a shoot? What is going on with Khan and Tony Khan and
it's
MJF?
It's not a shoot, and it's not a work. It's a shoot. It's already been settled. That's the other thing too. It's already been settled. What happened? What Frank's talking about is MJF went on the Ariel Helwani show, which that's not a problem, and he did an interview. The problem is he did not pass it through
AEW.
Through AEW's media
PR department.
Yeah, the PR department, which they have to do. Not just. And here's the thing: a lot of people are saying, "Well, what's the big deal?" You're talking about a television show. You're talking about all these contracts and legal deals and stuff like that. When you do an interview, you got to like cross a lot of T's and dot a lot of I's. And because he went and he didn't tell them about that, Tony got pissed off and probably overdid it, because we know that's kind of the way Tony Khan is. So the two of them got into a pretty heated argument, but according to all the reports coming out now, they ironed everything out. Everything's cool. Everybody's talking about how like, oh no, MJF's going to WWE. No, it's like, look, well, he ain't going to WWE until at least 2024, because that's when his contract is. Now, here's the thing: when Max's contract is up, he might very well go to WWE, because that's where, even today, that's where the big money is. But if he goes there, they're gonna have to pay him a lot. They're going to pay him a lot because I guarantee you Tony's going to offer him a pretty damn good deal to keep him there. Because like we've been talking about, that's what AEW's been trying to do. They're trying to build off of these young guys. So they're going to want to keep him because he's their top heel now. You know, much less in a couple of years. He's still going to be their top guy.
Yeah. And it came out that WWE, it's been reported. I'm not sure who.
They're super interested in him.
No, not that. It's I was just reading it. Damn it. WWE executive confirms they want to recruit athletes under 30 years old.
Yeah. Max
James Kimball confirmed that they're looking to lower the roster age and they want to bring developmental talent in. They want that number for the secondary developmental program and then potentially end up on NXT TV and then on SmackDown or Raw. You want them to be 25, not 30 or 35.
Yeah. And Max is 25 today. So in 2 years, it'd be 27. Still super young, you know? And like they did, he's got another 20 years, you know? And that's a dude that that's the next $1 million man.
Yeah. I mean, they'll make exceptions for guys like Cody Rhodes because you don't have to do any type of
he's already been
development with them. Right. You don't do any development with them, but they're not signing new people that are, or they're not signing. Yeah. They're not going to bring in a Kenny Omega. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, but no. And by the time Omega's deal is up with AEW, I think he'll be 40, close to 40, or if not 40. But WWE won't know what to do with MJF. See, that's the thing. What's more important to you? I use FTR as the example. They offered FTR a buttload of money to stay, and they said no because creative freedom and being able to go and do the matches they want, like the friggin' match that's going to be like the top match at friggin' Ring of Honor this weekend. Holy crap. They want to be able to do dream matches. They want to be able to go wherever they want. They want a legacy. That's what's most important to them. They's like, we got money. We got a decent amount of money. You know, would more be nice? Sure. But we'd rather do it. Same thing with Bryan Danielson.
What about the dream match they added yesterday to WrestleMania? Lashley versus Omos.
Okay. I'm going to take some crap for this. Look, Omos is not very talented. He's not very skilled. He's just a really big dude. All right. Can they turn him into something? Maybe. You know, you could Goldberg. Basically, I would use him the same way they would use Andre the Giant. Just have him walk around blasting people, which is basically what they've been doing. I mean, yesterday he buried the friggin' Viking Raiders, for God's sake. That's a whole other issue.
The Great Khali.
You know what, though? The Great Khali was popular for a little while. You know, until he was. The problem with him was, he was already really limited in his mobility because he's got like serious problems with his hips, and his knees and stuff. But it's, I mean, Omos is obviously a big dude. He's fairly athletic. He's just not he's just not how to wrestle very well. He needs, if you're going to use him, you need to train the hell out of him. But if you're going to build a guy up like that, then they're doing him right because he's killing everybody. That's actually kind of the problem. He's killing everybody. Like, if you're going to have him do that, bring in some jobbers or something like that from him. Don't have him kill the other members of your roster.
Do you have him bury Lashley, or does Lashley bury him?
I have a very hard time believing that Lashley. I could see him beating Lashley. I have a hard time believing that he's going to bury Lashley. Here's why. Because if you watched the show yesterday, they already took away one of the big things about him that they've been touting, is that no one's ever been able to take him off his feet. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe, that's what they're going to be like. That's how they're going to, protect Bobby. Is Bobby's the first guy to take him off his feet. He's the first guy to hurt him. He's the first guy oh no, you just did it on the show. That's that's one of the things I was like, this is just stupid. But
well, at WrestleMania 3, no one's ever slammed Andre the Giant before.
Yeah, that would be like. I mean, obviously, he's nowhere near the legend that Andre the Giant was, but that would be like Hogan slamming Andre on Saturday night's main event before friggin' WrestleMania 3. It'd be like, well, what's the point? We've already seen it, So it's, I don't know. And again, this, like I said, the build has not been the greatest, but they've built him up. And the problem is what do you do with him after that? That's the problem, and what do you do with somebody who's super one-dimensional? Unless you're going to Goldberg and and that's the problem. You can only Goldberg him for so long. But that's the good, bad, the other guys. Yeah, we kind of rambled on that a little bit.
It's all right.
But what was you guys tell us? What was your good, bad, and the ugly? Let us know in the comments there. All right, we got to talk about Ring of Honor, man. We got to talk about this. So it is WrestleMania weekend. The most stupendous show of all. But there's a lot of polls out there asking what the best wrestling is going to happen this weekend. And every poll that I've seen, it ain't WWE. It's Ring of Honor. And can we just talk about how excited people are for this friggin' show, man? Like, they've done a really good, because ever since Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor and all this attention has shifted over to Ring of Honor, we're seeing him do exactly what at least right now, he's doing exactly what we said he should do. He should let people go back and forth between the two, still use it like Ring of Honor does, which putting over the younger guys and stuff like that, building them up, and just let Ring of Honor basically treat it like a second brand. Let it be what it is. The only thing he hasn't done yet is he hasn't sent William Regal over there to take control of it. But I mean, that card, dude. I mean, obviously, like as soon as they announced, the Briscoes versus FTR, man. As soon as how long have we been waiting for that match between FTR and them boys? I mean, people lost their friggin' mind. It sucks that they're not in AEW because of that stupid executive. That executive can suck the pipe. But we're getting that, and the excitement around the card just continued to build because you got Jonathan Gresham, who is one of the 5 best wrestlers in the world right now. Okay. I can't wait. In fact, I hope to God after his match, Bryan Danielson comes out and punks him. And we're going to get Gresham versus Bryan Danielson because I need that friggin' match in my friggin' life. Bryan Danielson, Jonathan Gresham versus Bandito. That's going to be an awesome match. Briscoes versus FTR. That's going to be a banger. Shane Strickland versus Alex Zane. If you guys haven't watched New Japan Strong, you might not know who Alex Zane is. He's a really good wrestler. Strickland has been awesome since coming to AEW. That match he had with Ricky Starks was an absolute freaking banger, and I thought for sure he was going to win that. He was going to take the FTW title. But yeah, that friggin' match is going to be awesome. Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty. I mean, it's Jay Lethal. Come on. Wheeler Yuta versus Josh Woods for the Pure title. Like one of the things that Ring of Honor has done well in the last couple of years is the Pure title, is the Pure tournament. That tournament was awesome, even during the pandemic where there was no crowds or anything, because it's such a unique tournament. And I'm really high in Wheeler Yuta, man. Like that's where Wheeler Yuta, that's where he came to my attention was during the Pure tournament a couple of years ago. Yule was actually the guy who was watching Ring of Honor and reporting on it, and I went over there and I checked it out on his suggestion. And dude, the Pure tournament's fantastic. If you like pure mat wrestling, that tournament is the shit. And I hope to God Tony Khan keeps it because it was awesome. But Wheeler Yuta versus Josh Woods. Josh Woods is the current Pure title champion. I would like to see him keep the belt, although I mean it'd be cool to see Wheeler Yuta bring that belt over to AEW and defend it a few times there. But and we know that Wheeler's getting a bit of a push when they put him out there against when they had Best Friends versus the Blackpool Combat Club, which, by the way, I'm ordering that friggin' shirt. I'm ordering that friggin' shirt, dude. I can't friggin' wait for that, dude.
That was so good.
Dude, oh, god dang it. I love it. Then this was interesting. You have Mercedes Martinez versus Willow Nightingale for the interim ROH Women's World Title. Apparently, Deonna Purrazzo cannot make it because of commitment to a different show. But they are going to have, at a later date, they're going to have Purrazzo versus the winner of this match to get the unified women's ROH Women's World Champion, which we might see at Double or Nothing, which would be freaking great because we've been wanting to see Deonna Purrazzo in AEW forever. So, but that's dude, and then there's Joe Hendricks has got a match that hasn't been announced. That has his opponent has been announced. Ninja Mac has got a match that hasn't been announced yet. I get the feeling we're going to get a couple of surprise guys for that. Maybe one Samoa Joe, who we know Joe has a fondness for Ring of Honor, man.
Yep. And
that's a dude you can really build that build the Ring of Honor going forward around, man. I'd love to see Joe have another run. Even though he's getting up there, but I'd still love to see him do that. You might see Bray Wyatt. You never know. But whoever shows up, I think it's going to be an awesome show. And like I said, I might actually stream this weekend.
Yeah. If you had a choice between that and WrestleMania, it's like not even an option.
Well, not even just, but the fact that freaking WrestleMania is going to be 2 days and it's going to be like at least 8 hours.
Oh,
it's like, dude, like the New Japan. Like I actually had to stop watching the New Japan Cup because I couldn't take it. I had to go back and watch it after the fact because it's just killing me, man. And that was the New Japan Cup, which was awesome. You know, but so that's okay. So that's the card for Ring of Honor. That's the card for the Supercard of Honor. That's an awesome card, man. Now let's take a look at the card for
New Japan
WrestleMania.
Oh, WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania. They still haven't, dude. They still haven't built the rest of the card for the Chicago show. Dude, I'm definitely watching that. Freaking Will Ospreay versus John Moxley. Yes, please. But so we've got the Undertaker inductee, the Undertaker being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Steiner Brothers. Finally, that's one good thing that came out of this. Instead of just being Scott Steiner, it's the Steiner Brothers that are being.
No, instead of being just Rick Steiner, you mean?
I'm sorry, yeah, Rick. Instead of just being Rick Steiner, it's the Steiner Brothers that are being inducted in the Hall of Fame. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I get Scott was a dick and he did a lot of dumb shit. But you can't deny the importance of that tag team. You just can't. And it's not fair to Rick for him not to be able to be there with his brother. So we're getting that stuff. Okay, so day one. Stone Cold Steve Austin appears on the KO show. We know that's probably going to turn into like a cinematic thing.
Yeah, it's going to be the show closer.
So, yeah, supposedly. Well, see, that's the thing. One report says that that's going to be the show closer. The other one says that it's going to be the women's championship match, Charlotte versus Ronda. And then another one says that it's going to be Seth versus his mystery partner, his mystery guy. Honestly, I think they don't know what's going to be the main event for that day. I think it was originally supposed to be Charlotte versus Ronda.
Yep.
But Ronda has not been very good the last couple of weeks. That promo she did was freaking god awful. and the crowd are starting to turn on her again. So I think they changed it, and they changed it to the Stone Cold KO thing, which is, if Cody's not coming out, then that's probably a good idea.
You don't really want to be, depending on how it goes with KO and Stone Cold, you really don't want to be the match that comes out have to follow that.
No, I agree with that. And if they were smart, if they're not going to have a match, then let that. Then if they're not going to have some kind of a match or something like that, I would have it be the first thing that comes on. Because then have Seth versus Cody, because you know when Cody shows up, they're gonna lose their shit.
They are.
They're gonna. That's gonna be that could, outside of Stone Cold, that's gonna be the biggest pop of the night.
I think the first match though is probably either McIntyre versus Corbin or Miz and Logan Paul versus Mysterios.
I bet you $10. I think you're right. I think the first match is going to be Drew versus Corbin, which, whatever. It's either going to be Drew versus Corbin, or it's going to be Usos versus Boogs and Nakamura. It's going to be one of those two. I honestly, I think they're going to have Miz and Logan Paul be closer towards the. It might be like the third, like one of the last three matches. From the amount of time that they've put into it, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been terrible. But the amount of time that they've put into the build for it and everything, I don't think they're gonna. I think in their mind, they're like, we got to have this because they think the whole thing with Logan Paul is going to draw views.
You got to space them out then, because you can't have two tag matches back to back.
No, I think that's why I'm saying I think Usos and Boogs and Nakamura are going to be first. Either they're going to be you're right. It's either going to be Drew and Happy, which I can't believe I just said that. Drew and Happy Corbin versus, or it's going to be Usos and Boogs and Nakamura. And the last match is, you're probably right. It's probably, the last thing is probably going to be Stone Cold and KO. But that's night. But like I said, like that tells you just how uncertain we are about all this shit. Rest of the matches, Charlotte versus Ronda. If anybody can pull a good match on a Ronda, it's going to be Charlotte or Becky. Those are the two people. Those are the two people I really think can be ring general enough to pull a decent match out of Ronda. Is Charlotte and Becky. So Charlotte versus Ronda will probably be decent. It depends on whether or not, it depends on which Ronda shows up. Is it the Ronda that actually wants to do something, or is it the Ronda that just doesn't give a shit? Usos versus Boogs and Nakamura probably be a good match. I mean, dude, have you actually taken a good long hard look at Rick Boogs? That dude's freaking huge.
Oh yeah,
he's built like a dude. He's strong as shit. It's like he does that move where it's like, remember like the Warrior used to put the person up and do like the gorilla press, but he could barely do it because he was so gassed. Freaking Boogs is like like over and over, man. He's crazy strong.
I didn't enjoy the Royal Rumble, but I did when he was out in the ring. I mean, that guy was. Yeah.
McIntyre versus Corbin will probably be okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Corbin, but it's Drew. And Corbin is a serviceable wrestler. Seth versus Cody will probably be the highlight of the night, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if I'm going to watch it that night, but I will eventually watch it. Don't give a crap about Miz and Logan Paul and the Mysterios. Don't give a crap about that. Becky versus Bianca will be a very good match. I find it kind of surprising that they're having both women's championship matches on day one. That's weird to me. That's why I was thinking that one of them might be the final match. because you got it's just weird, man. But so then day 2.
I think it's because you have 8 women wrestling on day 2.
Well, so freaking what, dude? Nobody cares about that crap. It's the championship. Put one of those other matches on the other show.
That's championship. It's tag team championship.
Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville is going to be awful. It's going to be god awful.
It's going to be a clown show. It's going to go all over the place.
Yeah.
You're going to have other guys like.
It's going to last 10 minutes, maybe
probably
10 minutes.
Probably like Steve-O and oh my God, the little guy.
Oh, Wee Man?
Yeah, Wee Man. And
Oh,
all the ones
God.
are going to be running around the ring.
They're definitely going to be some stupid crap. Dude, if now here's one thing I would say that would be freaking awesome is if Wee Man comes out from underneath the ring dressed as Hornswoggle. I would lose my shit, dude. I would die laughing if that happened. It's still dumb, but at least it would be funny. There's actually better match. I actually think there are better matches on day 2 than there are on day 1. You got Roman versus Brock, which would be really good. Would be interesting at least. Edge versus AJ is going to be a banger. Was it the RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy? As long as Alpha Academy is okay, that should be. I don't like those like 6-man those 3-way tag matches, but they're either really good or they suck.
Yep.
Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Okay. Is this match stupid? Yes.
Yes.
It's really stupid. I think it's going to be really fun because it's Pat freaking McAfee, and that guy hasn't had a miss yet. I really like that dude.
He was really good in that War Games with.
He was fantastic in that War
against
Games.
Undisputed Era.
Yeah, if that version of Pat McAfee shows up, we could get it. That match should probably be really fun. What else we got? Lashley versus Omos. Okay, like I said,
There you go.
Do I think it's going to be a good match? No, but I think it could be an interesting show depending on what happens.
You're missing the best match of the night on day 2.
I'm not done yet. Oh God, this is such a friggin' travesty. Queen Zelina and Carmella, the most beautiful woman in WWE, versus Naomi and Sasha Banks, and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Anybody got like any doubt on who's going to win this friggin' travesty? Rhea Ripley, Sasha Banks, and Shayna Baszler should all be opponents for the world title. Rhea Ripley should be one of the world champions right now. Shayna Baszler should be the other one, and they should be murdering everybody. Everyone. This match is dumb. And this shows you exactly what they think of the women's tag titles. There are no legit tag teams in this friggin' match. There are no legit women's tag teams in WWE, and that includes NXT. You don't have any like think about tag team wrestling. Look at AEW. You got the Young Bucks, you got Jurassic Express, you got FTR. Okay, you got Red Dragon, you've got Lucha Brothers. These are all tag team wrestlers, and they're really, really, really good at it because that's what they started as. They're tag team specialists. That's why the tag team division in AEW is better than everybody everywhere else. You've been talking about W for what feels like the whole show. It's almost as boring as Mania's going to be. I'm sorry, dude, but we had to show you the comparison between Ring of Honor, which I'm super excited for, and WrestleMania, which is supposed to be the show. It is supposed to be the wrestling show. And even by WWE's, even by their standards in the last few years, this is a bad show. The matches themselves aren't that bad. It's the freaking buildup has just nobody cares about any of this stuff. And that's a problem.
Hello,
What's
Courtney.
up, Courtney? No problem. Tardy for the party. Now, apparently, we've been boring everybody with WWE stuff, but
yeah.
Okay. But in my opinion, like I said, Ring of Honor is a much more interesting show. It's also going to be a lot friggin' shorter and more doable. I'm really excited for the surprises that are going to happen. I mean, I wish Cody luck. I hope he does well. We'll see. But yeah, that Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor is going to be awesome. All right. Real quick, we got what, 10 minutes left?
Tomorrow, we talked about it earlier, beginning of the show, the Owen Hart tournament.
Yes.
Starts tomorrow.
I can't friggin' wait. And I swear to God, Bret Hart better show up. I'm going to be real upset. I'm going to be real upset. But
even if he doesn't show up, if he's there near the end of the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At some point during this tournament, he has to show up. Courtney, she's watching the Hall of Fame.
Him, Owen's wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get the Hart family out there.
Yeah, get them out there and get them represented. Definitely her. Definitely her. But yeah, this last week, man. Yeah, and like I said, the speculation of who the surprise opponent's going to be. I think you're right. It's either going to be. I think it's going to be either Toni Storm, especially with that announcement that they made today. I think it's either going to be Toni Storm or it's going to be Athena, aka Ember Moon. That would be awesome. 8-man tour. This week on AEW Dynamite. MJF's promo was freaking fantastic. Just the crap talking he did with poor friggin' Wardlow. CM Punk versus Dax Harwood was awesome. That match was, dude, starting the friggin' night off with that was crazy. That was awesome, man. That was, dude, man. This was one of the best. This was one of the best episodes of Dynamite that they've had in a while, especially the first hour. This was like one of the best first hours of Dynamite of all time. Punk versus Dax Harwood, Danielson and Moxley versus Varsity Blondes. Dude, they made the Varsity Blondes look good, getting the crap kicked out of them. But still, I mean, it was Blackpool Combat Club, man. That's all I gotta say. It's Silver and Reynolds versus Jericho and Garcia. Dude, I love Daniel Garcia. I hope that guy gets pushed to the moon. But Jay Lethal versus Adam Cole, man. That was people are saying, talking about like Jay hasn't. Now, the fact that Jay's lost all the major matches that he did, and that he's been on the main shows, that's something to be said. And I like that they're building kind of a storyline around that. But shoot, that match was awesome. So a couple of real bangers on Dynamite. Rampage, freaking Ricky Starks versus Swerve Strickland, man. Dude, that was awesome. Again, this is a guy that the WWE went, yeah, we can't do anything with you. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? And dude, I can't wait for his friggin' his match against Alex Zane. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm liking where they're going with Wardlow and MJF.
Dude, dude, and that's gonna be awesome, dude. That's exactly what. One thing I do have, we don't really have time to go into it. I do have some criticisms about how they did the Rampage show. The Lance Archer versus Dustin Rhodes match was good. It was a really good match, and the fact that they put Dustin over on that, really impressed with that. The match that opened the show and the match that ended the show, I thought were really good, and especially Strickland versus Ricky Starks. Nyla Rose's match was way too short. The Red Dragon versus the Dark Order was way too short, and that was like that match. What little bit of that match we did get was actually pretty good, but you could tell they were rushing through that match. That was not the it's not the match that those guys could have had if they had more time.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why I say it should go to 2 hours.
I'm not sure where they're going with this whole thing with Julia Hart.
I think they're dragging it out too long. I think, this is another one of those things where it's like, dude, just pull the trigger.
And I was interested with FTR. I mean, their match, and then getting in the face with the Gun Club, and then you had MJF coming out saying the Pinnacle is still together, but it doesn't feel that way with FTR.
Yeah, somebody was saying that they think that he's basically going to be making like a Pinnacle 2.0, no pun intended. I don't need Dustin winning matches, dude. He's got to win at least. He's got to win every once in a while, man. And this is the kind of match that he can win. I mean, like, it was kind of the way they built it up. It was kind of like Archer was like a little distracted because Archer killed him after the match. He freaking murdered him.
Yeah, Courtney, you're right.
Yeah, I don't care either. Like I said, this is one of those things where they need to like freaking pull the trigger. But but
I don't know if they're going with anything with Hart and Bret Hart and the FTR, but I just can't see FTR with being around with MJF much longer.
Johnny Cage, FTR having to look for outside bookings to have some good matches. Dude, what are you talking about?
People have been wanting to see them versus them boys, the Briscoes.
The only reason that match didn't happen already is because of some asshole at Warner Brothers. So you want to blame the fact that they've been sitting on that match forever? That's who to blame. And that's part of the reason why they didn't have FTR getting involved with anybody else, because they kept trying to get that match put together and they could never do it. So finally they were like, screw it. We'll go do it over here where you don't have any say. So, but Dynamite was really, really good. Rampage, the first 2 matches were really, really good. I like the fact that different people are getting, like we talked about this. I like the fact that different people are getting, you're seeing different people on Rampage than you're seeing over on Dynamite, kind of like a pseudo brand split, even though there's crossover. That's the way I think they should do it. That's also the reason why I wish they would go to 2 hours. I can't friggin' wait for Ring of Honor this weekend, guys.
One good thing I will say about yesterday's Raw, I love Cowboy Brock Lesnar.
This is the best Brock Lesnar that there's ever been.
And him just feeding off the crowd with the what?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. He's like, have fun. So who is the network for Ring of Honor? Fight TV is what I'm getting it through. As far as their weekly show, I think it's still on Sinclair. I don't know how long it's going to be on Sinclair going forward, but I hope that they put it on a different channel and then put it on someplace that I can actually watch it without bootlegging it and at a regular time, because that's one of the reasons why Ring of Honor never took off, because they kept moving it around. But Ring of Honor Supercard this week. Amazing card. WrestleMania, not so good. Freaking New Japan World, guys. I'm going to say it one last time. Best $8.90 you're ever going to spend. And I can't wait because we're getting a lot more crossover between them and AEW. So it's going to be dope. The DDT stuff should be happening. Joshi Pro Wrestling. Hikuleo versus Jay White. I mean, it's Jay White, so it's going to be a decent match. The whole dude. Oh my God, I can't wait for this explosion between God and Bullet Club. It's going to be awesome. But anyway, guys, our hour is up.
New signing tomorrow night versus the Bunny in the first round of Owen Hart tournament qualifier.
Yep. But dude, leg kick. I've been enjoying the hell out of that. God, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Love Guerrillas of Destiny, one of the best tag teams in the world. Desperately want to see them versus FTR, so I'm hoping we get that match too. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate you guys being here, and yeah, check us out next week, same time. Have a good one.
Peace.
Ring of Honor. Showdown of Honor. Best wrestling this week. Sorry, WWE.
Want to race some hell?
You had to get the last word in, didn't you?